Hey, Planeswalkers, Mythras here. Hope you're doing well and staying safe. First off, welcome to the new season here of April. We have done it. I made it into the top 1200. So super excited about that. Appreciate everyone's support and understanding of playing and play the other day. But we did do that, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. So with that, Planeswalkers, I got an awesome, sweet, amazing top deck for you here today called the Mono Green Bombs. So this is actually a Platinum to Mythic 6+ win deck that I found that I'm very, very excited to play today. Something different that we're going to have a lot of fun with in competitive Magic here at the reset of the season. So with that, if you do have questions or comments, let me know down below. Happy to help. Feel free to hop in the Discord server as well. In the details, we'll cover off on the strategy objective of this deck. We'll talk about the sideboard and how to board for best of 3. We'll go play that competitive Magic, like I said, in both best of 1 and best of 3. And then we'll close out with where this may sit in the meta, my friends. Now, appreciate your support, like I said, as always. Please feel free to flip me a like if you enjoyed today's video, or go ahead and navigate down to the details if you're still there. There are lots of great ways to support the channel. So appreciate that, everyone. So let's see, Mono Green Bombs. I did struggle with naming this. I thought about Ramp because there are 2 Ramp things in here with Cultivate and Old Growth Troll. However, what the big key for me in this deck is 2 things. One, we got In Search of Greatness. So if you haven't seen this from Kaldheim, what it does is at the beginning of our upkeep, we may cast a permanent spell from our hand with converted mana cost equal to 1 plus the highest converted mana cost. So, which is very nice about this deck, that you'll see tons of one-off and tons of just big bombs. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. We have good ways to draw cards with Return of the Wild Speaker. We can also make a lot of big creatures as well, which is always very, very important. We got draw with Toski and a lot of other things going on with board removal, and then my favorite, Shadow Spear. So very, very pumped and stoked to play this. Just quickly here, I'll highlight these things because there are so many, and I thought about calling this a Devotion deck too, but it's not really keyed off of the Devotion per se. So very excited about this. Like I said, so that is the main board. Strategy objective is really, you're not going to be doing a whole lot until turn 2, but it's all about ramping, getting these big bombs in quickly, and then controlling the board. So within the current meta, this should hold up nicely against more aggro-based decks. It's going to be a tough match with some of the things like rogues, and then late game and mid-range, depending on what we hit, could be an interesting story. So again, very mid-range to late game enabled, and then enabling that late game faster with the ramp there is really the overall strategy. Now, this sets us up nicely for our sideboard here today. We'll cover off in terms of aggro, mid-range, and late game like we traditionally do. So here's what we got going on. In particular here, the biggest pieces are going to be against aggro decks, things like mono red, Boros aggro as well, and then things like mono white aggro. And additionally, you might run into a mono green aggro deck, or one of those Naya aggros, or the Naya Winata deck that we just did as well, which you can kind of consider aggro-y to mid-range. So in that case, what we really need to do, if anything, is pull in some tighter creatures on the beginning of the curve, depending on what we're playing. We also have Lovestruck Beast, which is a good one to throw in as well. And then additionally, if you wanted to, you could throw Chain Web to slow things down, Destiny Spinner to slow things down as well, my friends. So those give you some options. And then additionally, Snakeskin Veil is going to help you kind of boost some of those creatures. And what I would do is I would pull out some of your top end, and then just move that curve down to kind of help you solidify that. Now, when we move into the mid-range, like I said, we got the Naya aggro deck. There are other 3 versions of Naya, Toski, Fury, or I'm blanking on the other one. fling, and then additionally adventures. So those are all big ones to keep in mind. We got Gruul adventures as well. We have the Gruul food one that we just ran the other day. You got traditional food decks. You also then have the sacrifice decks, Jun and Rakdos. I have played a few of those actually. Played competitively in the top 1500 Mythic, beat one to seal the deal, I believe, to actually finish the top 1200. So we also have Jun Sack, and then additionally some of the traditional Rakdos mid-range decks there as well. So a whole host of things that can be in that space. There again, if it's more creature based, you can do something similar. If they are bigger, we don't necessarily need to change around as much. But if we do get into some more direct kill spell decks, this one's good. Snakeskin's Veil, so that they can't directly hit your guy. Additionally, if they play other things like artifact or enchantments, Broken Wings is a good one that a lot of people forgot about. This have instant speed sacrifice is pretty important, and other things that you could always throw in there could be another Toski and those kinds of things. So that's kind of how I look at that one. Now, when we do move into the late game, these are going to be things like Team Returns or the Ultimatum deck, Teamer, as well as Sultai. Additionally, you do get into some of the Doom decks, 4-color Esper, also Orzhov, and then some late game decks have ran against a lot of Dimir Snow recently, as well as Azorus. We did the Azorus Fable deck a while back. Here, what you're going to really focus on, again, is potentially Snakeskin Veil if you need, Destiny Spinner so they can't counter your stuff, Scavenging Ooze if you do need to pull things out of the graveyard, and then additionally, I like Toski Bearer Secrets, and then Broken Wings. And then similar story, what you're doing is you're going to pull out things like Ram Through in this one, also Mirror Shield. You're not going to need these ones per se, or particular. You might also want to get rid of Shadow Spear, and that's going to tighten up the curve. Same with that mid-range space. Those are some good ideas for you there too, my friends. So that is the lineup in terms of aggro, mid-range, and late game. In particular, if you do hit a Rogues deck, because that's certainly coming back, we have Chainweb, Arachner that you can pull in, and a few other things like Scavenging Ooze and Destiny Spinner to try and help keep your stuff on the board, my friends. So very excited about today's lineup. Very fun. Looking forward to this in terms of the mono green bombs, like I said. So let's go play some big stuff here and see how it holds up. Since the season reset, this is a competitive Mythic, essentially in Platinum here right off the bat. So we're gonna go ahead and dive into it here with this deck, because I am absolutely, like I said, stoked to play this. So let's go ahead here with our mono green bombs deck. So lots of stuff that we ran recently that you guys can go ahead and check out. So as always, Planeswalkers, appreciate your support. Before we kick into here for our best of one, just want to say thank you. Also, feel free to flip me a like if you enjoyed today's video, and other great ways to support the channel down below. So we go first, looks like mono red. So it's going to be an aggro deck. We're gonna try and keep this. So hopefully we hit some lands. We can ramp here. We can also play Battle Mammoth with Foretold here. A lot of people forget that. And we'll go from there. This is gonna be a weird deck too for a lot of people. So we'll hit a ton of stuff that's mostly top meta for sure, would be my guess. So we'll see. Could be wrong though. All right, perfect. Just exactly what we needed. So there won't be much here that can take stuff out. All we need to really do so now this one has trample at 4. We got 5, 6, So we got two things that we can play. Unfortunately, we're not going to get the Shadow Spear on top, which is too bad. But hopefully we get there. So we'll find out. So here's how this is going to work. We're going to do this. We'll equip here. Now we can do this. Gain the life. We'll wait. Oh, shoot. 7. We need 1 land. We'll see how much they block here. We could go with both here, which I think is the right play. There we go. We took down a top deck right there, my friends. Very, very nice. Super fun with our mono green bombs deck here from our platinum to mythic find. All right. Let's go ahead here and play our second best of one. Kaiser. We go first. I'm going to try this again. Is slow. is slow, but we do get the ramp here. All right, so we got a mono white Lifegain deck. Ooh. Let's try, well, we would need to do this. If we can get this in there. Oh, good old Heliod. There we go. We could play that. Let's play Renata here. Gonna be real close here. Probably gonna be just fine. We're gonna run into some problems against the Lifegain deck, which I'm not surprised about, to be honest. It's not going to matter there. Not going to matter there. All right, so they're going to get through. We'll give it to them. Not much we can do there. So open against Lifegain here. Couldn't move fast enough. We'll go to our next game. All right, on to our third one. So not a good lineup there against that. A little too slow. If the Lifegain builds the board, not much we can do. Now, Ugin, if we would have got to Ugin, that would have wiped it. But there's not enough Ugins in there. We did have some other options, but I don't think we would have been able to... once they have two guys on there, in terms of not being able to be targeted or indestructible, becomes pretty hard to remove those things off the board. Even if we would have killed the 2/2 there with was a thought that I had as well. We'll try this. I don't know if we would have been successful per se. So here we can hit pretty well. So we'll see how it goes. So we got an adventures deck. As long as we don't get burned down here, we'll be okay. If we get burned here, we're going to be in a problem. If we can get cultivate on the board, there we go. So we can go 3-2 and really ramp here next turn. If they don't kill Tangled. So I think we can still do it. There we go. Now we can get a lot of stuff. So we can go Renata into Old Growth Troll. Wonder if they'll push it back. We'll see. Yep, called it. Called it. Put me at 6, 9. If they get their dragon, I'm dead in 2 turns. Now, we could have waited. Let's try this. And let's go there. How much is it to sack? 1 sack. could go with fixing. Could put a really big guy. Let's see what we get here. A lot of blue. A lot of blue. All right, so we can do this. So if I attack in with 2, I can block 2. I'm surprised it didn't jump in. We'll hold that up. Oh, giant comes and tapped. Painful. There it is. Didn't matter. Did not matter. All right. So 1 and 2 in best of 1. Let's go into our best of 3. We did get to see a lot of the stuff. We haven't hit a ton of the really cool stuff on the top end though. When we do hit it, it performs well. So maybe just a little bit more. We'll go traditional standard ranked here. We're going to dive into, that was the Jeskai Mutate deck, the mono green bombs deck here. Now, when we do hit the top stuff, it does wonders. It does well against creature-based decks like the aggro decks. Some of the trick decks, not so much. But we ramped the heck out of this deck in that 3rd match. So let's see what we get here in this one. Looks like we got some green as well. All right, with Vivian. And I will keep this because we don't have a lot. Really outside of this space. Shadow Spear's nice. Mono green versus mono green. I like it. All right, so we will be going this guy. We'll take the damage. Now they can cast on that and then clip our old growth troll here, but we'll see. So we can play defense if we need to. That will ramp our beanstalk as well. Ouch. Well, we don't have a choice. We have to block. All right, we'll go to our next match. Unfortunate there, my friends. All right, let's go ahead now and figure out what we want to do. So we need to pull our curve down. Mirror shield. Oop. We'll keep that. Feel like we want that in there. Yeah, another Toski. Like those two. What do we want to pull out? Well, we're still good on the top end. We just haven't hit what we needed. I think Love Struck helps. Well, we'll need another Broken Wings if they're running Great Henge. So 4. Let's drop 1 land. Drop 1 Shadow Sphere. Do this. We didn't pull down too much, but we're on the play. So hopefully we can hit some of our top end stuff. We'll try that again. That's probably worth dropping. Grab that one. Actually, let's put... I feel like we need to put these 2 in. And pull... What do we want to pull? One there. Yeah. 7 seconds left. Drop 1 Toski. Let's do that. There we go. All right. We'll see if this works. They probably will have a bunch of target stuff. We'll see. But if we get our big stuff on, we'll be okay. There's a little bit of ramp. We'll try it. I'll just try to outramp here. If we can, we'll find out. Now we could go 2 of these and save this. But let's do this. All right. We could use some cards. Toski'd be nice. Ooh. So we could go here, but I need that to take off Great Henge. If they go that route, this will still require them to kill both guys here.
I like animals better than people.
This is a good question because we're not going to get both here. But I can give up Battle Mammoth. There we go. We knew they were sitting on it. Love it. So much better play there for us. Let us give that another shot, my friends. Oof. Big bombs, mono green bombs. Love it. Love it. Pew, 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 pew. All right. Rubber match. Ooh, here we go. This is what I wanted. I wanted these guys. So we can see some new cards here. If we can ramp to it, it'll be pretty awesome. So if we get a land here, if we get a land, we will go Questing Beast. If we don't, we have to go Tangled here. I'm okay with that. All right, so we didn't get that yet. So we need to go here. All right, we need a land. Give us a land. There we go. So what we will do here is we can do that. We can do this. Stint, we'll wait. Actually, we're going to trade on this. We'll go draw a card. Oh, I want to get Thorn Mammoth in. This is big too. There we go. Ah, we did it! Love it, love it, love it, love it. Mono green bombs, and we got to see like all of them, which is awesome. So we had the chance to play pretty much everything in this deck, which is great. So we had a wonderful day today. Super fun with this Platinum to Mythic 6+ win deck again. Oh, I should have had those styles on there. That's too bad. It happens. So to recap, my friends, in best of one, we went 1 and 2. We did well against the aggro stuff. The other things gave us some problems. And in terms of best of 3, we went 2 and 1 against another mono green deck, so super fun matchup. We had the top end covered against that deck, which was great. Some really nice matches, did some boarding, and it certainly made a difference for us today. Best of 1, where do I think this probably sits? Probably lower end of tier 2 into tier 3, and then probably similar for a best of 3, to be honest. It's a very great top end deck. Does well against creature based decks. If there's some control, if there's some removal, certainly open to that, where we have a very wide range. And additionally, because it is slightly slow at the beginning, it is open to potentially being burned down early on. So ultimately love the deck. We had a lot of fun with this one, and I certainly want to do something different for you guys here today, and we brought it. So big mono green bombs, loved it, and I hope you guys did too. So if you got questions or comments, let me know down below. Wanted to do something different, like I said, feel free to hop in the Discord server. That information is in the details for you. Other great ways to support the channel, my friends. Feel free to flip me a like if you enjoyed the video today, if you loved the thought process here for this one, and we'll see you again soon. A lot of things coming, hopefully some more collaborations. We got our weekly meta stuff coming up, dropping right into the new April season here, and then additionally I'm going to put together hopefully a collection of hitting the top 1200 for you too. So stay safe, Planeswalkers. We'll see you again soon. Mythras out. Until next time, my friends.